Hello, you sexy sausages out there. Bacon Boy here. Hello there. And it is time for the FPL 2020 to 2021 season review. With my final overall rank for the 2020 to 2021 to 2020 FPL season was... drum roll please. 1.4 million! No, I'm joking, you just got pranked. I might be a bit wibbly wobbly, but I'm not that bad, okay? Where my actual overall rank for Unlucky Fried Chicken FC was, in fact, top 100k, way! And 93,752 to be exact. So let's just hope that 93,000 accounts get removed by tomorrow morning, and I'm basically first in the world. Like I said, easy stuff. Where I also had a total of 2,396 points for my team, the most ever I've actually achieved. Ooh. I got a lot more points this year than I did last year when I finished 24k. There we are then. But that included my 67 points scored in Game Week 38, which I got to by bringing in Mane for a hit. A very nice, great success. But this season, I made a whopping 47 transfers altogether, including a total of 13 hits. So that is 52 points worth of hits. Not actually that much, but a bit more than I usually do. Which also got me up to a squad value of 105.6 million, where hey, the obviously most important thing in FPL. Nah, screw rank, chuck it in the bin. Squad value is where it's at, lad, where hey. But today, lads, it's not just about my overall rank, is it? As I'm here to present to you with all of the Bacon Boy awards as well. Awards going out to my favourite geezers, the best game week, and all of that sexy jazz. Moments from this season to remember forever. The Wilfred Boney Game Week Award. Wilfred Boney, our best ever player to grace this earth. So this is my best game week ever this year. With the biggest of the big boy points I scored in a game week this season was a gigantic, a humongous what? 138 points in double game week 19. Ooh, very sexual. That definitely tickling my pickle. Now, but 138 points. That's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah. Which also gave me my bestest game week rank of 34,000th in the world as well. Very nice. The Lucas Lieva Game Week Award. The man, the myth, the unlucky behind the meme. The most unlucky game week for me this season. Where that was actually, recently, in game week 34 with only 37 points. Oh, crumbs. Which meant I had a game week rank of 4.4 million that week. Very much crummage. Definitely one to forget, and one that you can really say is just a bit, unlucky. The Rocky Balboa Game Week Award. The game week where I put my boxing cosplay in and took the most hits at once, acting like a proper punching bag. And that was in fact in game week 3, where I took 3 hits at once. That's right, a minus 12 in game week 3. And I wonder how my season went this bad. There you go then. Where those hits included bringing in a Sice, a Podence, James Rodriguez, and a Kevin De Bruyne. And guess what, lads? The week I brought them all in, they all blanked. Oh, dear. I wish Rocky Balboa actually spun my jaw rather than that one. The Walker's Chips Award. My best usage of chips this year. Where my triple captain Bamford is definitely well up there. Because, like, come on. Very honourable mention to that. I triple captain the sexy geese himself. But the best chip usage I whapped out this season was actually in the Wilfred Boney game week in double game week 19 with a benchy boost. Where, hey. Where if I wasn't benchy boosting in this week, I wouldn't have brought in Antonio, who got me 18 points that week. Which not only got me 138 points in a week, not too bad of a chip, right? But also equaling my best ever game week score ever. The eBay Award. The best bit of business I made all season, my best transfers which rewarded me straight away. Where that was actually in the Wilfred Boney Game Week again, where I made 3 transfers for the double Game Week 19, which was an Antonio, like I said, but also a Watkins and a Stones in, which netted me a whole 53 points straight away. Probably, definitely, certainly, most likely, definitely worth the hit there. Like, damn son, best get me on Homes Under the Hammer right now, because that is what you call great business, boss men, hey. But enough of the team awards. Let's get into some juicy player awards, shall we, to find the best and worst geezers for me this year. The Alvaro Morata Award. My biggest transfer flop of the entire season. A transfer which I made, which didn't work out at all. Proper floppy. We hate that, don't we, lads? And I do actually have quite a few contenders for this one this season, to be honest. Including bringing in Jota early, just so I didn't get priced out of the move. Just for him to get injured in training, and then not even play for me, so I had to get transferred straight out. Oh, there you go. But that wasn't actually my worst. Where my biggest transfer flop of the season was actually before game week 1. Where 10 minutes before the first deadline of the season, I transferred out Salah for Mane. Salah went and scored 20 points, being a lot of people's captains and one of the most highly owned players at the start of the season. And Mane scored 2. A whopping 2 points. And then next week, because he didn't score, I decided to sell him as part of a hit. And the player I brought in was Bruno. And that week, Bruno scored 2 points and Mane scored 16. Effectively losing over 30 points for transferring out Salah 10 minutes before the deadline, as I probably would have kept in the next game week saying he scored a hat-trick. So, lads, just best ever FPL manager here. The Harry Maguire Award. And no, this is not the slowest defender I own, but it's actually the best captain I've had. Bacon Boy, why have you used Harry Maguire as a captain? That's just because he's captain of the England team, right? Man United. But my best captain this year is probably the same as a lot of other people out there, as it was Bruno in triple game week 35, where he scored 19 points altogether. Absolute madness, right? But my best captain in a double game week was actually Gundogan, the Gundog man, woof, with another 19 points a year, and he didn't even play both games. He got injured in the first one, so not too bad to get 19 there. But then my best captain in a single game week was also Bruno, which was in game week 14 when he scored a lovely jubbly 17-pointer against Leeds. Best ever captain he was there. And finally, my final player award for today being the Bacon Boy Award. The player that I loved the most this season, and one that I just really want to give an award to, just to appreciate the amazing work he's done for me and a lot of you this season. And that man has got to be the one that I've owned for every single one of his points this season. I've owned him all season, and coincidentally, he also scored the most points out of anyone as well. And that is the penalty fetish man himself, Bruno! Hey, definitely a brew, yes. That's right, even though it didn't quite work out when I first brought him in, getting out Mane who just scored, I owned him for every single points he scored this season, including the 19 and 17 pointer in which I captained him as well. Hey. So he definitely gets an award for me. The Bacon Butty Bruno, proper MVP for me this year and definitely won't be forgotten. But it's not quite over yet, lads, where I'm now going to present to you my FPL team of the season for this year. The players I owned in a specific game week, where they either scored me all of the points or were just so close to, or players I just really loved owning this season. So basically, it's the team of the season, moments of the season, shall we call it? Go on, we'll call it that. Where in goals, we have the game week 28 Martinez. But that's not any Martinez. It was a Captain Martinez. Ooh. That's right, the Marty man who provided the most points out of any keeper this season. And I was enough of a geese to captain him this game week in game week 28. Where he scored me 6 points. 3 points doubled to 6. I am mad. After not only conceding against Newcastle, boring, but he actually conceded in the last second of the game where he was very close to a big boy points haul and would have got me all of the points for an amazingly crazy captain. And my reaction to him losing the clean sheet last second went like this. Come on, 30 seconds! 30 seconds! It's ball in. No! No! Unlucky. So being the top point scorer in his position, almost breaking the FPL keeper record as well, and also that very close to a special moment, he's got to be here. Then my first defender has got to be the Game Week 19 Sir John Stones, who I decided to bring in as part of a hit for this one, as he played against Palace and Villa in a double game week, and scores his first 2 goals in like over 2 years, and also keeps a clean sheet in both of those games. And even juicier was the fact that I didn't even want him. I wanted Diaz, and I went for him because he was the budget option. He's the only one I could afford. And turns out, that slightly worked out, doesn't it? As he scored 27 points in this one game week. The most points I've ever had from a player in a game week ever and probably possibly ever as well. Then next to him at the back, it's got to be our boy, Game Week 25 Stuart Dallas. Now Dallas started at only 4.5 million squid, right? Absolute bargain. Best get him a job at KFC, the bargain bucket man. But he also managed to claim that spot to be in the top point scoring defender this season as well. Absolutely madness for a player that cheap. And I was a very lucky enough fella to have him for over half of the season, including this 17-pointer in double game week 25. Absolute great player, never forget, you better than Lord Lundstrom, come at me, I'm not wrong. And then my final favourite defender is the one and only Game Week 22, James Justin. Now, Justin the boy was a player I actually owned since Game Week 1. And also the only player that stayed with me through my Game Week 9 wildcard that I also had in my starting team. So I just absolutely love this cheap boy, bringing me all of the big boy hauls and returns. Where this week was just the extra juicy one, scoring 15 points from a nice golasso and all of the other bonus and stuff too. And I was absolutely devastated about his injury because for some reason, not everybody was getting him in. I was getting all of his points. He was an amazing value. And at one point, he did have the most points out of any defender. I reckon he could have got to that as well. So, such a shame. But then, moving up the field and into midfield, we start with the triple game week 35 hero. Triple game week, like, that, what? And it is Bruno! Like I said, I've owned Bruno for every single point he has scored this season, and even captained him when he got the biggest of the big boy points, the 19 points in the triple game week as well. So, you know, just for triple game week memories, Bruno has to be in here for that week. And he is definitely a Brew, yes, in this team. But my next midfielder was, at the time, the best FPL asset to ever exist for the returns he was getting and for the value. And no, I don't just mean this season, like, ever. And that was Game Week 24, Gundogan, the Mr. Gundog man. We're in this double game week. Even though he actually got injured in the first game and didn't even play the second game, he managed to score 19 points. 19 points from one game from a 5.5 million midfielder. Now that is actually absolute madness. Really got 2 goals and an assist there, assisting me with all of the blood into my PP and all of the happy moments. Hey. But a moment almost happier than that actually was a game week 4 James Rodriguez. I jumped very quickly onto the James, taking a 12-point hit to bring him and a few other lads into my team. And James instantly rewarded me, right? Scoring me an 18-pointer just a week after I brought him in. Absolute scenes. And yeah, he might have been an absolute terrible pick for the rest of the season, not really doing it right. But getting those massive points from a player that didn't get that many hauls, it just feels a bit more extra special, doesn't it? And then, to finish off the midfield, we have Game Week 14, Mo Salah, who actually didn't start the game. And I was like, oh dear, game week's over. It was the first game of the game week. I was like, there we are then. When I actually went back to sleep, I was actually a bit wibbly-wobbly from the night before. I woke up, saw he was benched, I was I'm going back to sleep. And then I woke up after he came on for only 30 minutes, and he had scored 16 points. 16 points when he only played 30 minutes. Like, are you mad? No, I'm really not mad at all. Like, that is something that never happens. And just for that special moment, he's just got to be in here for that one, isn't he? Yeah. And then forwarding on to the forwards, where we start here with a triple captain, Game Week 25, Patty B. Bamford, where he did only score 8 points, right? Triple to the 24, though. But triple captain in Bamford, it just still sounds so funny to me. And at the start of the season, if you had said that to me, I would have spun your jaw, checked your discombobulated status, like your head is definitely not in the game. But turns out, he did pretty well. And after the way it went, where the first game he got a goal and he was disallowed, and then the second game he just about got a goal, he was absolutely amazing and stuff, and made for quite an interesting watch long, didn't it? Yes. And it was also slightly better than my 1 point triple captain Marnie that I did last year, so you know, he's got to go in there. And then the penultimate forward in this team was actually a Game Week 2 Calvert-Lewin, where I didn't actually start with him in my team in Game Week 1, but I decided to bring him in for a hit in Game Week 2. Like, I just proper went for it. And then he goes and scores his first and only hat-trick of the season. Name something more satisfying than bringing in a player for a hit, and then he goes and scores a hat-trick in that game. Wow-zee. The things of FPL dreams, right? It's nothing quite like it. But then the final player in my moments of the season team, it was a Game Week 19 Antonio! His first of only 2 double-digit hauls he got all season, where, like I said earlier, I brought him in for a bench boost on a hit, and he rewarded me straight away in that with a very juicy 18 points, which is mad because he actually only scored a goal in each game, but he actually got all of the bonus as well. Hey. And it seemed really risky at the time as well. He'd just come back from injury, but I just went for it and it definitely paid off, and that is just amazing. But that right there is actually my team of the season, my moments of the year, my favourite point scorers / players I own this season for all the points, all of the memories, and even also all of the Is as well. But that was actually, officially, my FPL 2020 to 2021 season review! But now, a massive, gigantic kiss on all of your lips out, yeah? No homo though, lads. Sorry. Because the support this year has been absolutely amazing. I appreciate every single one of you. Well, I probably hate some of you, but most of you I appreciate. Thank you. But it's just been an absolute madness, and I appreciate everything and everyone. Hey. And I will keep on grinding for you lads until we eventually we will get first in the world one year. It'll happen one year, even if it takes me 100 years of playing FPL. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep going for it. But because this year has been absolutely so great for me on the YouTubes, I'm also going to give you a quick YouTube 2020 to 21 season review as well. Where at the start of this season, I had 5,300 subscribers. Oh, very good. And now, we're actually almost up to 12,500. Hey, over 12,000 of you sizzly baconators out there. Ooh. It's just incredible, man. Thank you. So I can cry. But I also did make a couple of videos this year, didn't I? Yeah, just a few. A whole 150 videos and streams to be exact. So just a couple, right? Just a few. And if you guys didn't know, I actually script all of my videos because I just can't talk apparently. And I decided to compile all of my scripts from this year to see how much work it actually is, right? And the answer to that was actually 250,000 words. Are you mad? Bacon Boy, please get a life. But out of those 250,000 words, there's only one word out of them all that I would like to say to end the season. And that is actually... I like it! But also, remember...
Don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now. Don't let your memes be dreams.